Hi there, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a bit different today. I'm not going to talk about TV licence in this video. I'm going to talk about an event that changed my life, and to be honest, it's not been for the better. You see, I used to be always a kind of very timid, introverted, quiet guy. This happened well over 10 years ago now. It's probably about maybe 14, 15 years ago. I was working in a call centre at the time, and like honestly, working in a call centre just completely changed my outlook on life. It's the worst job you can imagine, for a number of reasons, but I'm not going to go into that in this video. I might do that in another one. But anyway, the fact that I was in that environment for so many years kind of like hardened me up. At the end of it, I wasn't so timid anymore. I was actually more angry at everything, to be honest, but I'll get to that. So I was working in this call centre, and I it was approaching the end of the shift time, which was like 9 o'clock at night. And the location where this call centre was, outside Glasgow. I won't say exactly where it is, but yeah, you either had to drive there, or there was a staff bus that was laid on from the centre of Glasgow, George Square, that used to take you to this location. And on this occasion, I relied on getting that bus up there because I didn't take the car. You couldn't park there anyway because we were outsourced and we weren't allowed to use the client's car park, which is another bugbear of mine. But anyway, so coming towards the end of my shift, everybody else is more or less gone. It's a massive floor call centre. Everybody else is mostly gone there on this bus. I'm acutely aware that I'm possibly going to miss this bus, and I'm going to be stranded in this location, and how I'm going to get home, I don't know. So I ended up getting this phone call, and it was insurance basically. You had to sell them car insurance, but it was like inbound, and this woman phoned up, and I spent ages explaining to her and blah blah blah, and it seemed like, yeah, she was all on board for taking it. And then at the end of me spending ages and almost missing my bus, the woman's like, "Oh, I can't give you my card details over the phone, dear. You know why, don't you?" And I'm like, "I've just explained everything to you. You've given me every other detail under the sun, but you won't do that." So anyway, like, I got a bit frustrated in that, and I'm like, "Oh well, you've just basically wasted my time, and I'm sorry, but there's no other way you can get it unless do you know what I mean?" And this manager, that was a bit of a pain in the backside, female manager, she was pure scold, like pure looking at me and going, yeah, like pure kind of growling at me and all that, and blah de blah de blah. And so it came off, the call ended anyway, and I was like, oh my god. And she's like that, she pure started on me, and something happened in my brain. I lost it, man. I just completely lost it. I went from being this timid wee guy that people just used to walk all over when she started on me, and I just started shouting and bawling at her, just completely out of character. Completely out of character. I just started shouting and bawling at her, man. And I was like that. "And what are you doing, sitting there making eyes at me and all that? You could see I was struggling. What did you do to try and help me and all that?" And she was like pure, I think she was a bit shocked. And I was all for not going back into work the next day. I phoned one of my colleagues and I was like, do you think I should just like not bother, man? I think I've blown it anyway. And he's like, look, we might have, but you know what? Just, it's part of being a man, and you should probably own up to what you did and just kind of face the music. Do you know what I mean? And just take the consequences, whether you lose your job or not. But actually, one of the like top managers get involved, a male guy, and one of the other managers that was below him, another guy, and they took me in like, "Could you just tell us what happened?" And I just explained this. It's like, She just completely started on me after this call, didn't give me any assistance. I was about, we were the only two people left in the call centre at this point, and instead of trying to help me, she just, so I just lost the plot. So, and I said to them, look, she's one of these people that she'll be all nicey to you one minute, and then she'll be like stabbing you in the back the next. And I says, look, I don't take well to that. I like to know where I stand with people. And to be fair, they actually agreed with me. They were like, yeah, maybe she could have been more professional and all that, but you really shouldn't have lost the pot and shouted at. And I'm like, right, okay, fair enough. But since that point in time where I lost the plot with that manager, I didn't lose my job by the way, but I didn't stay very long afterwards because I was at uni at the time, and I decided to leave of my own accord. Since that point, though, I have become a very sort of intolerant, short fused individual. I don't tend to trust people very easily. I tend to be always of the opinion that people are out to get me, and it's not a nice way to live your life. I really wish it wasn't the case, but something happened to me at that point with that interaction with that manager, and things just haven't been the same for me since. I used to be like quite shy and quiet and timid and all that. Now I'm quite vocal, sometimes to the point of being like, if it's something that I'm not happy with or whatever, being a bit of an a-hole. Like, I don't mean it, but I don't know, something just happened to me, and I'm not the same person that there's been other occasions where I've came close to like properly losing it with people for things that afterwards when you think about it, it's really quite trivial. I'm not a violent person. I've never hit anybody. I've never really been involved in a fight or anything like that. It's not that kind of it's like intolerance mostly. It's basically having a bit of a short fuse and getting a bit verbal with people, like if it's a situation that I'm not happy with, or but I wish it wasn't the case. I wish I could be assertive without being aggressive, if you know what I mean. I think that's what the problem was, because I always had the kind of impression that people didn't take me seriously. I think that's what it was with that manager. That's why I don't know, like, you, even like a timid person, I think they can only take so much, and then they'll just lose the plot eventually. I believe that will happen eventually with anybody, no matter how timid they are. If you kind of push them too far and don't respect them and whatnot, you're gonna they are gonna snap eventually. The bomb's gonna go off. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know, like, kind of, it's not been a positive thing in my life, and I really said I wish I could be an assertive person without being aggressive, but I don't know how I'll work on that, or if there's a life skills coach, or I don't know if I need counselling. I don't know if the circumstances of my life and things get difficult and all that. I don't deal well with stress, and I don't know the best way to deal with that either. So, if anybody's got any suggestions as to what happened to me or what the solution might be in order to for me to try and take things down a notch and have a bit more tolerance and things like that with people, then I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching.